Hello, hello. Here we are. Full of questions. On some level, we've already got the answers, or we can tap into the place where maybe we're hearing the answer. And if we're insisting that the answer be a certain answer, you know, yes or no, or something even more nuanced. We want to hear this and that and the others. Subset A, subset B, you know. I think it was in a wonderful collection of letters by the German poet Rilke. You know, and it's called Letters to a Young Poet, I believe. And Rilke was like in his 20s when he wrote it to this other younger poet. Just amazing. And one of the things he said was, it's not for you to know the answers now. You know, something to the, I mean, it's translated from German anyway, but basically, you know, you wouldn't know what to do with them now. But you'll know them some long day. You'll live the answers. You know, into the future. In the future, you'll live the answers. Something like that. And I love that because it, you know, it points to the fact that the answers will evolve as we evolve. And that was kind of what I was hitting on. I wrote a note saying by the time we're done trying to fix or manifest something, we've already morphed to the point where something, our circumstances have morphed, something's changed, because it's changing all the time, to the point where, you know, we've been fixated on one thing, trying to fix it or whatever, fixated. And by the time we've addressed it, you know, time has passed and it's already sort of almost irrelevant. You know, we've perseverated on something, been up, you know, endlessly asking, turning it every way, to every angle, trying to figure something out. And it may be useful to figure it out even years after the situation has faded away or resolved or just not resolved. You know, it may teach you something about, when I say you, of course, I mean us and me and all of that. You're not alone in this, whatever it is. The other thing that, a phrase from yesterday's video where I talked about the land of the living, that is just reverberated for me in a big way. So I wrote it down, the land of the living. I think that somehow actually dovetails with the other issue. Because if you're living, if it's a living land, not a fixed idea of something, if it's living, it will, you know, you can't really ever get your hands quite on it because it's, you know, it's not a stuffed bird, it's a bird. Okay, we have 2 cards. And I swear we got these, I think it was in yesterday's reading, in different places. This was the first card out, this was the last card out. Now they're out together. You know, the ending of a way of thinking about things, or perceiving them, or an inability to speak about something or understand it. That's what swords are about, cerebral stuff. How you think about it, how you understand it, how you're able to translate it into words. Some cycle there is wrapping up, and ordinarily, 10 of Swords is a painful cycle. In traditional Rider-Waite, it shows the guy with 10 swords in his back. Here it's just somebody who's basically been crucified to an idea. Somebody's perception somehow has fixed this person, has killed them, has nailed them. That cycle's over, however. It's like the ultimate sacrifice. We could call it that because this is a card of sacrifice. The ultimate sacrifice. I don't know. This is the Moon card. It's a card of Cancer. It's about the phases of the moon. It's a feminine energy. It's cyclical energy. And this would indicate the end of the cycle. You cycled right through and are somehow going to come back to the beginning. Ace of Swords. This is the end of a mental or perceptual cycle. And this is the archetypal cycles. The moon is the reflective energy, the receptive energy, receives the sun's rays and shines them right back at us in kind of our darkest hour. This is an energy that scares some people. It can be fearful. This particular depiction doesn't look fearful to me. I mean, you do have the lobster, the thing crawling out of the deep. And these two pillars, white dog, black dog. It's the mystery path. You have to enter through this portal. Kind of things drawn up from your unconscious, from your water energy, the collective unconscious. And you have to somehow bring it to consciousness. That's the idea that as we become conscious of what's going on, these major energies that are moving in us, that are like affecting our feelings, our cups energy. As we move through them, there's this sort of moon path to the pinnacle, where it's lit. The moon is full. The moon is fully, as full as it can get, as full of light as it can get. And I think it's as full of light as it can get because, the sword enlightenment energy that somehow got perverted, that cycle's over. And I say perverted because it's killed something in somebody. And maybe this highly intuitive card has killed this stinking thinking, this cerebral energy that very different. One's cerebral, one's in feelings energy. And the mystery, the moon mystery, versus this analytical way of thinking you're done with that. Somebody is. The cycle is over. That's the long and the short of it. Tell us about the next cycle, please. Boy, repeats. If you go back and look at any of the preceding videos, it's like we're stuck in a cycle in a certain way. This guy keeps showing up. And it's a good thing. This is life force energy. This is the land of the living. It's Wands energy. It's the quickening energy. It's not a way of perceiving the world based on anything rote. The way I've always think about it, perceived it, seen a situation. There's something wrapping up because, land of the living is here. That's what we're moving into. The quickening place. And that Knight of Wands is rushing toward Seven of Swords. Well, Seven of Swords can be a card of deception, of illusion, you know, of being deceived, of seeing what's not there, of not seeing what is there. You know, that cycle of kind of ultimate sacrifice is somehow illusory. But why this guy would be running right toward it? You know, maybe to bring that fire energy, that creativity, that inspiration to this somehow flat sword energy. It's somehow kind of two-dimensional, this part. I need to know about the white stag, because to me that's a mystery. You know, that's the mythical creature right across this breach. It's sword energy, but somehow the breach is water energy. Is you know, how do I reconcile what I feel with what I see, or what I don't see? Okay, right off the bottom, please. On Moon, we have Two of Pentacles. Also a big repeat. The choice between two things. And here it's sort of like the choice between two things. The light and the dark. The light and the dark. And maybe the choice is, do I wrap up the cycle, choose something new, concrete, and you know, bring an end to this stuck in the head business, and kind of bring your creative energy fast forward to this questionable energy. You know, can I believe what I see? Major Arcana is Moon energy. Which, I mean, I love this card. It's a card of divine feminine, the receptive. And Two of Pentacles is some kind of choice between two lifestyles or two ways of perceiving the world. Wow. Under Ten of Swords, Three of Swords. An end to the cycle of pain and hurt and separation. And I've never noticed it before, but there are these two sort of angelic rushing to the aid of two kind of angelic, you know, like that white stag. Attending to this individual who's been broken, brought to their knees. And somehow, like the distress call has gone out. Sword energy. You know, an articulation, some kind of distress call. That cycle is ending. You know, these angelic figures have rushed in. I want to make sure that's what it is. Pretty sure that's what it is. Yeah, indeed. You know, and it's that card of separation. I always call it the fissure, the crack, the broken heart. Here's the mending, the potential for mending, for healing. That cycle is over. And apparently it's a choice, maybe to allow in that healing energy, What's going on? Tell us about... Okay, we got a few. 8 of Pentacles under Knight of Wands. I'm sorry. 3 of Pentacles. This is an energy of cooperation. We have the 2 of Pentacles going to the 3 of Pentacles. Next to the 3 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. From this mental hurt to something solid and real and cooperative. That's the choice. The light and the dark. Queen of Swords. And I was going to say, there's something about these 2, 3 of Pentacles, 3 of Swords, they seem so opposite, and yet they're somehow, they're working together. I see these almost like the gears. There's a linkage between what's going on in your mental state is linked to what you can manifest in 3D. It affects how you can work with other people. And somehow that's a choice. And maybe the choice is because we can't avoid 3 of Swords heartache. Not if you're alive, not if you're in the land of the living. But we can balance it. Balance it in a way that it doesn't prevent us from, in our lives, being able to mesh with other people in a cooperative way. 2 of Pentacles to 3 of Pentacles, on the right track. Queen of Swords. And she'd know the difference. She knows that there's a choice. She knows there's a need to come into balance between hurt, how do I say this? It's like, if you're going to risk being alive, if you're going to risk being so close to somebody else in your life in 3D, that you're almost like the gears. The connective tissue. You risk 3 of Swords. And I think Queen of Swords is able to evaluate that risk. Is it in balance? Queen of Swords is smart and discerning. And she doesn't fool herself about anything. She's in that brilliant sword energy of knowing and discerning and figuring stuff out and being able to say it. And again, that alarm, sound the alarm, maybe to herself. Sound the alarm. Well, let's just look at the rest of them. On 2 of Pentacles, we have 5 of Cups. Well, let's feel it even when it hurts. For as long as you need to, you're in a position of grief and mourning. In time, you'll feel again. You'll feel connection again. You will not feel this way forever. This is temporary. Help is on the way. You sounded the alarm. These guys are coming in to heal your heart. And I see the 2 of Cups, the 3 spilled cups. That's sort of the choice. These 2. Again, it's a card of balance. There's 3 of Swords, hurt energy. There's 3 of Pentacles, mending energy. Getting back in sync. That's what the gear thing is about. And there's sadness. And there's connection. And they exist together. If you can feel, if you're in the land of the living and can feel, you can feel the connection and you can feel the loss of the connection. And that's exactly what this says. You can feel the connection. You can feel the loss of the connection as it reverberates in your brain. The balance is changing. That cycle of heartbreak is breaking up. I hear like the ice flows that break up. If they've been log jamming the river, they start to melt, they start to flow again. Yeah, on 3 of Swords, we have 5 of Wands. In traditional Rider-Waite, it's a card of practice, a card of working something out. Here I see it more as a card of protection in Wands energy. I'm hearing like the fire break. You know, when there's a forest fire and there are some still raging, you know, that cloud the sun and so forth, far, far away. This is some kind of protective energy against the heartbreak. You're preserving your life force. You know, 5 of Wands has this slightly, you know, in traditional Rider-Waite, it shows guys banging their staves together. It's not warfare, but it's not, it's play war. This isn't that. This is protection against an explosive, volcanic, almost like a tower event. Queen of Cups on 3 of Pentacles. Water sign, an accepting love energy. You know, in that queen energy, the feminine energy, she's the one who, for whom this is the terrain. Cancer, water energy, feeling energy, which is the mystery, which is the dreamscape. It's not the linear, cut and dry sword energy of and cut. That's somehow significant because you have the cutting swords. Protection from that. You know, the lilies are not consumed in the fire. And there's something about there's this path, this kind of a switchback path to the moon. There's the switchback path of the, it could be the energy flow of the, through the chakras of the divine energy of the world, you know, the chi, the energy of the universe. And this is almost like the energy of the universe too. Coming in. Protected from that. Protected from the ramifications of this 3 of Swords heartbreak. 2 feminine energies, one that's discerning, transformative, and linked to messages coming in from above. Really a crown activation energy. And the Queen of Water, the one who can work in the element of mystery. On Queen of Swords, Fool. I love that. It's whatever she's perceiving, understanding, discerning, is a new energy. It's Aries. The new direction. This is fire energy. This is fire energy. This is the sign of Aries, is what the Fool embodies. The new forward path, the new path. This is sort of like, you know, on the new path. And this is the one who's willing to take the risk on a psychic level, to take the leap, to take the leap in faith that it will land them where they need to be. And that's on Seven of Swords. It's a little risky. This guy is leaping into a pool that has an alligator in it. So there may be an element of recklessness, look before you leap kind of thing, because it's paired up with the Seven of Swords. You know, there's a need maybe to breach this mental impasse between what's real and what's illusory. Because is it illusory or is it mythical? And there's the moon in the antlers. An identification, almost like the antenna of the antlers, picking up these moon messages, you know. It's not a linear path. It's not. And again, the moon. The shape of the alligator is almost like the shape of the moon. It's certainly a leap forward in your ability to perceive what's real, what's not real, what's mythological energy versus just maybe mythical, magical thinking. On moon, devil. And again, this circuitous path. Coming up from the root chakra. And devil, very much to me, echoing this, the fissure. You know, it splits something in two. It splits something in two. And it's like this is sort of the umbilicus and it's tangled. It's cutting off flow, which it certainly does. Devil energy is something fixed and tight and constricted. And if you cut off the flow of the umbilicus to these two, I mean, don't they look like babies in the womb? Twins. It's the inverse of lover's energy. Something constricted the flow. Something was too tight. And these two twins may have been sharing an umbilicus. Well, Queen of Swords is a cord cutter. She is. She uses that sword to detach from unhealthy situations. She can identify it, where the cord is, how to cut it. Her sword is sharp. If something is threatening the lifeblood of a situation, she'd cut the cord. And it could be the energetic cord, because it's a major arcana card, but it's somehow echoed in in this minor arcana card of protection. And it may be that, because devil card, that constricted energy, can also be because you're afraid. You know, you can get so tight, you cut off your own, the flow of your own life force. But like you've been somebody's liberated from that. They have their fire energy back again. Capricorn is also a card of knowing what to do, identifying and working with what holds you back. Well, she's the one who discerns. He, they, this individual, this Queen of Swords person could identify and cut the cord in the psyche that's murdering the twins, basically. Murdering the twins. On Three of Swords, we have the Death card. Can't get any better. I mean, that's good. That's actually lovely, because it's the phoenix rising after the death of Three of Swords. That mindset. Something brand new and transformed is coming back to life. Back to life. After this near death of the entangled umbilicus. And not coming back to life is the same thing. It never can after Death card. But it's the phoenix rising from the ashes. Major Arcana card of Scorpio. We have two on the board, Moon and Death, that speak to emotion. Fool to that fire energy of Knight of Wands. And Death to, again, a water energy of transformation. 3 water cards. It's all about feelings. I mean, that's the principal issue, is the energy of flow, because I think that's what this is, this constricted. This can be like a crazy attachment to somebody. It's so tight, it's so entangled, it's so codependent that there's no love in it anymore. There's no flow, there's no cups energy for either party. Somebody can see that clearly enough to discern, gotta cut the cord for either one to live. And Fool is a card of the individual. So principally, I think somebody sees this issue, the illusion, the deception, and what separates you from a kind of mythical power in yourself. Like the lens has gotten skewed somehow. Wowie, on 10 of Swords, Strength. Major Arcana card of reconciliation. And again, this snake, that same image of the snakes are known for their transformative power, their skin-shedding ability, that moon energy of cycle. And yet there's something about this that speaks to the eternal cycle, the infinity symbol there. Also the card of 8, if you turn it on its side, the infinity symbol. This is sort of major arcana, because it's energies that endure beyond time. They're outside the realm of time. There's also that moon image again, the cycles, but it's sort of, yes, it's cyclical, but it's also an infinite loop. And to me, strength energy is compassionate, compatible, you know, calm meaning with in Latin. But those two are the heavy hitters for me. Compassion, compatible. Life force. It's certainly not this. And this is sort of tree of life. The tree of knowledge in the garden. But the serpent in this instance isn't tempting us into sin. It's tempting us back into the land of the living. Somehow this is the precondition, the necessary precondition for being able to access this kind of fortitude and strength, is being in the land of the this is the land of the dead. You know, you might think this is, but it's not. This is transformation, complete transformation. Having the strength to bring it, to close out this cycle and move into a deep, deep energy of this kind of mutual support, whatever's been divisive. Knight of Wands, Six of Pentacles, fast forward movement of the creative spirit moving into balance. In 3D, balance. Balance. That figure 8 again. It's eternal, but it's also dynamic, because that Two of Pentacles is always sort of implicit a kind of dynamic shift. Sorry, Rue, you need to bug off. Hi, honey. We're busy. Go on. Thank you. This is grounded, mutual exchange. Mutual. Compassionate, grounded exchange. There's some nasty sword energy that's been a cycle that's been closed out. Sword energy of miscommunication, hurt. Is it real or not? I don't know. Can I trust my eyes? One more. The World. Couldn't end on a better note. Couldn't end on a better note. This is the last card in the Major Arcana. This isn't just an everyday closing out of a kind of bad way of looking, perceiving, communicating. This is a whole new portal. A whole new cycle. A new portal. In the realm of feelings, but that has reverberations in every other energy. The 4, sword, cup, fire, whatever the other one is, pentacles. Oh God, my brain is on the meltdown. Time to stop. But this is the major resolution and the major revolution. You know, it's gone all the way around. It can be the kind of power of the next life. Back in the land of the living. For the next round. You know, stepping in to go another round. I'm up for it. I mean, I'm sort of pooped, but I'm also, it's irresistible in a certain way. I mean, I guess you can resist it, but if you do, you're in this place. You know, cutting it off for both aspects of yourself, for how you relate to other people. onward, upward to the transformed place. Feminine energy, like bringing it through. And isn't there some football expression like bringing it home in baseball, something like that? Bringing it home. Strength. Have strength.